Hello everybody, welcome to this episode of For Real Food Friday. It is For Real Food Friday and we are in the kitchen today. Splat is in the kitchen today. Splat's in the other thing if you're watching on Facebook. Splat's in the kitchen today and we are making chickpea curry. I'm so excited to show you guys this recipe. Let's found over here in Facebook, in Periscope. It's good to see you guys. Hello, everybody. Hello, Splat says hello. Hello, everybody. That's the Splat voice. Hello, everybody. We are making a chickpea curry today. And you don't like curry? What? Are you crazy town? Actually, Sonia, I have to tell you, I didn't like curry until I made my own. And then after I made my own, I started really liking my curry. So just a hint, just a tip. So maybe try making it on your own. So curry is your favorite food. It's okay. It's all right. You can do it with different spices. You don't have to. You don't have to use curry. So, hey, Kat, it's good to see you over here on Facebook. I know, really? I know. Yeah, I sound a lot like Leslie, but yeah. Who knew Splat had a voice? Splat has a voice. I forgot my stinking apron again today. Oh my gosh, what is up with that? So we are gonna move right along. Let me introduce myself. My name is Leslie. My name is Leslie. I have a website, gotokitchens.com, and there is nothing for sale over at GoToKitchens. The only thing that I want you to buy is I want you to buy into your own health. I consider myself a light bulb expert. What's the necklace? The necklace is a Wahoo. But thank you for asking. I always have it on. It's never not on. Thank you. Curry on over. You like that? So it is, I consider myself a light bulb expert. I actually had cancer 3 years ago, and ever since then, I've been passionately seeking light bulb moments in my life, trying to, God, I have no idea. That is like a technical question that I don't know what it is. Trying to improve my health, and I have been seeking those out, and now it's time for me to teach them back out to you guys because I've collected tons and tons of light bulb moments. So today we're gonna make a vegan curry. There are a lot of great things about curry for your body, particularly the spices that you're using. The type of curry we're making today really ramps it up a notch because we're making it with chickpeas. We're using quinoa instead of rice, and there's gonna be all kinds of healthy fats for you in here. We're gonna use some veggie stock, so you're gonna get all kinds of nutrients out of that veggie stock. So this is really a power-packed lunch. So yay! Thanks for being here. You love curry anything. You can curry the world. All right, you guys, so I'm going to ask you a couple of things here on Facebook, right up here in the corner. By the way, if you're on Facebook, you can still share it with your followers. I would appreciate if you did that. And then right up here in the corner, if you want to catch these broadcasts live, you can just touch that little button, and I don't know which corner it's in. It's in one of these corners up in the top. If you touch that, you can follow me live, and it'll notify you when I'm live. If you're on Periscope, you guys are already doing it. You guys are rock stars. Thank you so much. Right down here in the corner, there's a little guy. If you'll just touch him on top of his little head and share it with your followers, I would appreciate that. You can do it on Facebook, you can do it here on Periscope, and you can share out to Twitter. So it's hot, hot, hot. This one is hot, hot, hot. I actually, yesterday in my live broadcast, I taught you how to make curry spice. So making your own curry spice and making it to what you like. So it's great not to have to buy it in a pre-made container, right? Not to make it in a pre-made container of curry and you're like, I don't know what's in this curry spice. You've actually made the spice yourself and you know what's in the container. So it's super, super easy to do. Go watch the broadcast from yesterday. I'm sorry you guys on Facebook didn't catch that. It is on catch.me though. All right, so let's get downtown with this and talk about how to make some chickpea curry. So you don't like hot curry. See, this is the great thing about this is that you can tailor this. When you make your own curry, you can make it to your own taste preferences. So yes, Good, good, good. So hello, Tanya. Hello, Lucille. Hello, Linda. Hello, it's Uncle Gabby. Hello, everybody. It's great to see you. Thanks for being here over on Facebook. Andrea, Kat, Mel, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate that. So, and Janie, hello to you too. Absolutely. Hello, Juan. Okay, we're done. I'm done with that. I'm just kidding you. All right, so one tip I want to share with you about curry is this. Here's the kitchen tip for the day. Do not use a wooden spoon to make curry. If you use a wooden spoon or a white spoon, that's kind of weird looking, right? I'm melting. If you use a wooden spoon or a white spoon or even your splat, you are going to stain him. The turmeric curry in a hurry. I love that. It will be yellow. So if you like yellow and you want your wooden spoons to be yellow, then by all means use that. Use a wooden spoon. So just be conscious of that. If you get it on your hands, it's going to stain you. If you get it on any porous surface, it's going to stain. So just keeping that in mind as you're working, with, you got those Irish hearts today, do you, Lucille? As you're working with curry. So down in my skillet, I have it on a medium heat right now, and I have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Let's move some cameras so you guys can actually catch what I'm doing. So I have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in here, right? Okay, so I have got that heating, and I'm gonna let that cover the whole bottom of my skillet. So we're gonna swish it around. We're gonna swish it around in there and let it cover the skillet. Oh, you guys are funny. Somebody confused me to slow me down. Oh my gosh, I have to work fast because Facebook, I only get 30 minutes. So in that skillet, we are going to add, I'm actually going to ramp up that heat just a little bit. In that skillet, we are actually going to add about half a cup, and this is, I'm sorry, lighting's bad, I apologize. I can't get it anywhere where you can see it. This is shallots. These are shallots. So I have finely diced them, as you can see, and this is about, actually this is about 1/4 of a cup of shallots. So, but you could make this recipe to anything that you want. It doesn't have to be specific. If you're going to serve this to 4 people, then you're going to ramp that up a little bit and put more shallots in there. This is about half a shallot. How's that? Now I like to use shallots when I'm cooking because one, they don't burn super easy, and they're kind of foolproof for new cooks in my opinions. They have a lot of sugars in them, so they brown up really nicely, and that's why I like to use shallots when I'm showing you guys a recipe. You could absolutely use an onion in that. That is no problem. So we are going to brown these onions, and then we're going to start adding some ingredients in there. Hello. Oh, you guys, I leave for vacation on Sunday, and I have to tell you, I'm pretty jazzed about the whole thing. I do talk fast. I have to talk fast. I got a lot of content to get through with you guys, so especially when we're cooking. I'm not confused yet. Dang. I know, I'm so excited. So excited about vacation. Robin and I are actually jetting off to Cancun for a couple of days. We're going to go down there for 3 days, and we are going to see Chichen Itza. Super, super excited about that. So yes. Yes, these are actually, did I say, am I confused? Did I say, I meant shallots. If I said scallions, I meant to say shallot. This is what a shallot looks like. This is actually a purple shallot. So it's like a little tiny onion. Yeah. So that's what I want you to use. See that? Can you see that? Yeah. I am. I'm gonna be in Cancun, so super excited about it. Okay, good. Somebody typed in scallions. I was like, oh, did I say scallions? I meant shallots. Yes, yeah, we're gonna get down there and just hang out for a couple of days. So Go To Kitchens is closed next week, by the way. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, I will probably be doing broadcasts, but it will not be Go To Kitchens broadcast. It will just be regular old, hey, this is Leslie, it's good to see you guys broadcast. And we're on the beach, and are you jealous broadcast? All right, so we're getting a little bit of browning on these, which is exactly what I want. So we are going to add to this skillet, we are going to add some garlic. So 2 cloves of garlic minced is perfect in my opinion. Curry is notoriously very garlicky, and so 2 cloves more if you really, 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 really like it. I know, totally rubbing it in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So 2 cloves of garlic go in there. Then we're gonna season this with some salt and pepper. I know, sorry. I know I'm totally rubbing it in. I have to tell you guys, I'm used to vacationing a lot, and because of what I'm doing with Go-To Kitchens, I do not get that opportunity. So I have 3 pinches of salt and pepper in there with these onions and the garlic. We're gonna be super careful not to let that garlic burn. We're gonna stir those around. Then we're gonna add a tablespoon of curry. This is the curry powder that I made yesterday in the broadcast. It is amazing. It is on catch.me if you're so inclined to learn how to make your own curry powder. So, and it's from the broadcast yesterday. We're gonna add a tablespoon. You can add more, you can add less depending on your personal taste. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of that. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of chili garlic sauce in there, so more garlic. That's why I don't go downtown crazy with the garlic. So we're gonna add some chili sauce in there. Oh, now we're talking. That's 2 tablespoons of that. That is where we're pumping up the heat right there. So this is gonna make a paste. This is gonna make a bit of a paste in here, and I have to work fast because you do not want that chili garlic sauce to burn in the bottom of your skillet. Then we're gonna do, that is perfectly perfect. Now we're gonna deglaze the pan with a little bit of vegetable stock. This is gonna be actually a cup of vegetable stock. We're gonna deglaze that pan really nicely with that. Now this is gonna make a beautiful curry paste right down in the bottom of this skillet. You guys can see that? Beautiful, beautiful color. So pretty. So, so pretty. Need to turn off the heat to my quinoa because it is done. I cooked that ahead of time, by the way. So it's ready. Oh my gosh, it smells like heaven in here right now. I am pretty sure in heaven that there's gonna be curry. I'm just saying. And I'll make it. That's assuming I get to heaven. It is. It smells so good. So I'm going to let this I'm going to continuously stir this, pulling all those onion bits and chili paste bits and everything off of the broth just came right out of the refrigerator. It's been sitting on the counter for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to continually stir here until I get all of these beautiful little bits off the bottom of my skillet. So oh, I'm guaranteed a space. I'm pretty sure of it. Silly, silly, silly. Where are we going? Oh, I think I already answered that, Kat. Yep, absolutely. Going to Cancun. Skipping off to Mexico. All right, so I'm going to bring that to a little bit of a boil right here. Now there is no rhyme or reason of anything this is just how I make my curry. You could probably pretty much, other than the onions and browning those up, put everything in the pan at the same time. But this is how I like to do it. And I think it's because I like to stand here and get a curry facial. It smells so good. I won't drink the water. Thanks for the warning though. So here I have, let me turn this down just a little bit. Here I have my own, we lost Facebook again, dang. Here I have my own chickpeas. Now you can do these right out of a can. These are sprouted. I sprouted them this week. You can see them. They've been sitting in the refrigerator overnight in this mason jar, and we're gonna use 2 cups. So we're gonna use pretty much this whole thing of beans. So these are just garbanzo beans or chickpeas, whatever you want to call them, and they've been sprouted. The reason that I like to sprout them is because of digestion. It actually, what does what mean? Were they dry? Yes, I cooked these myself. I sprouted and cooked them myself. So I know they look funny, right? It's okay though. There are tons of food enzymes right here in those little tails. Amazing, amazing enzymes. These are sprouted. So that's why they look funky. So I'm going to put those right down. These are already cooked. So if you're going from a can, you absolutely can just pour them right out of the can into this. So I'm going to let these soak up all of this amazing goodness. Sprouted. Yeah, not spotted. Sprouted and cooked, not just sprouted. That's right. Yes, they were sprouted and then they were boiled. Because they were sprouted, they cook really fast. So in about an hour and a half, I had cooked beans. Now, I'm sorry, there's some confusion there. So all week I have been sprouting them. I'm actually going to teach you guys, not this coming week because Go To Kitchens is closed for 3 days, but the week after that, I'm actually going to teach you guys sprouting. So hang with me on that one, and I promise you, I will teach you how to sprout. So okay, so now we have the chickpeas, we have the curry sauce, we have all of the spices in there. It's really, 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 really amazing. And then we are going to add some coconut milk. Now, you guys know that I am a huge fan of coconut milk. I love me some coconut milk. This is full fat, so you can't see, but see that right there? That is full fat coconut milk. So that's all the fat that's sitting, and there's gonna be liquid down here. This is not cold. It's been sitting on my counter for a couple of days as a reminder not to forget to put in the coconut milk in this curry recipe, because I did that last time. I was like, this doesn't really taste like I want it to. And it's because I forgot this step. So, so this is where all your healthy, yummy fats are coming from. So yes, it is totally vegan. So we're gonna put this entire can of coconut milk, liquid and all. Don't be fooled. Don't just do the fat. You're going to do the entire thing, and you're going to stir this in here. This is the most amazing recipe on the planet. I have to tell you, girls, boys, whoever, if you're serving lunch to somebody and they're coming to your house, I don't think you'll learn about sprouting in INL. Nope. No, this is not corn. This is actually chickpeas. So yes. So if you have somebody coming to your house, I'm going to leave the whole beans. I actually like the whole beans. We're going to bring this back up to a boil again. So if you have somebody coming to your house and you want to serve them something amazing that's going to knock their stinking socks off, this is your recipe. It is super easy to make. It makes you feel like that you've done something totally fancy pants because you're serving a curry and everybody's like, oh, you have to get curry in a restaurant. No, you don't. You have to get curry off my kitchen stove. So it is a great lunch. It's a great dinner to serve a large crowd because you can do a lot of this, and a little goes a long way. Those chickpeas are very filling. You could throw in some lamb or some chicken or something if you were so inclined to do that as well. So yes. There is no meat. This is totally vegan. This is a vegan recipe. You know, and I say that, and I'm not a vegan. I do eat a lot of plant-based foods. So this is something that we're actually going to talk about. Well, that's going for a boil. I'll tell you what's coming up next week when I'm back in town. So Thursday, Friday next week. On Thursday, I'm actually going to be talking about eating a plant-based diet. Hold on, that light is so bright. I'm actually going to be talking about eating a plant-based diet. And what does that mean? I know, no meat, what? What does that mean? I eat meat. I am not a vegan. I am not even a vegetarian. I eat meat. I eat animal products, but I don't eat a lot of them. And a lot of people are constantly asking me about my diet. What do you do? You know, how do I do this? How did you heal yourself from, you know, from cancer and cancer treatments? And so I really do lend it to my diet. And I have studied and have, excuse me, understood for 2-3 years now, exploring what is right for me, and I'm just now getting it right. Can you believe that? You believe it takes that long? I'm just now getting that right. So that Thursday that I'm actually back in town, I will actually be talking about my personal diet. So what does it mean to have a plant-based diet? And then on Friday, we'll do For Real Food Friday on that Friday, but the rest of the time, the kitchen's closed. Robin was like, I think you can still broadcast. He's so adorable, right? He's so adorable. He's like, I think that you can still broadcast while we're in Mexico because the hotel has Wi-Fi. I think it'll be fine. You just need to pick some topics. And I was like, I'm off. I'm not working. Yes, these are chickpeas. These are not soy. We are using chickpeas. And, well, garbanzo beans, and they have been sprouted. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then we are going to serve it. Excuse me. We are going to serve it. There is one more ingredient. I'm just waiting for this to get to a boil, and then we will add it. So The last ingredient that we're going to put in here is molasses. Now you can use honey, but I wanted this to be a completely vegan recipe because I have a lot of vegan, right? I know. Thank you, Linda. That's, I'm sorry. I know that you made that very serious, but I mean that you meant that serious, but that was funny. It just made me giggle. I was like, yeah, right. I need a break. So instead of using honey, like the recipe that I normally make calls for, I wanted to make this completely vegan, and I'm using molasses for that. So this makes this recipe completely vegan. And now that we're at a boil, I'm actually going to add a tablespoon of this to the recipe. This just adds that little bit of kick in there. It's going to add a whole nother dimension of flavor. So yes. Hey Sherry, it's good to see you. I saw you pop in there, girlfriend. Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know what the Y is for. Why did it make me laugh? It just made me giggle for some reason. It was just kind of funny. So I'm going to put the lid on this, and I'm going to let this cook here. And let some of the liquids cook down, and that's going to cook for a few minutes, and then we'll plate it up. So we're going to let that cook for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll plate it up. Oh, why the molasses? Yeah, so the molasses is just going to give it that little, I actually like sweet foods. I like things to have, you could certainly omit that part of that, but I like foods that have just a little bit of sweetness to it, and it really helps balance out the heat, because this is hot. That chili sauce and that curry powder is hot. And so yes, I brought it to a boil, and then I actually added the molasses. So the molasses would totally caramelize in there. So yes. Yep. It is blackstrap. Yep, blackstrap molasses. You don't want it sweet, you want it hot. So that's absolutely fine. So you do not have to put that sweet in there, and you can add more of the chili. You could add more of the chili sauce as well. So I just make this to my personal taste. So you could do that. You could add a little sriracha in there if you were so inclined. Yep. Yes, it could absolutely take I don't ever put fish sauce in my curry, but that's just me. Everybody makes it a little differently. So yes. Yes, this is not a traditional curry. This is a vegan style curry, and it has a lot of, yeah, this brand actually, I don't know if it does or not. It could possibly. I'm sure you could find something cleaner than this, but let's see. Let's read the ingredients. No, there are 4 ingredients in this. No MSG. Nope. Not at all. So you want to be a little careful with hot sauces, though. I agree. Yeah, it doesn't have any in it. Yeah. So this is going on a good rolling boil, and I'm going to let it cook there at that rolling boil for just about, I don't know, like 5 minutes or so. Let some of the liquid steam out of it. Really let those chickpeas start to open up a little bit more and receive the hot liquid, the curry liquid. So yes, absolutely. Okay. Woo, got a lot of steam going here, and I can't turn on the fan because it is so loud. When I turn on my oven fan, it's like, I'm going to smell like curry. I'm going to go get a pedicure today, and I'm going to smell like curry when I go there. The amount that I just made right here, I eat it for like 3 lunches. So 3 to 4, depending on how much quinoa you put down with it. I know traditional curry is, yeah, traditional curry is going to be served over rice. I actually wanted to cut down the carbs a little bit and serve it over quinoa. And right, Tanya? Rah! It's very loud. So I wanted to cut down a little bit and use the quinoa, and it makes it just a little, it just gives it a whole nother flavor profile that I really enjoy altogether. And plus, when I can and where I can, I always try to use the quinoa instead of rice. So, because I'm a goofball, Sherry. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's such a beautiful day here. It's supposed to be like 65. I told Robin, I was like, what's up with that, man? It's winter. It's supposed to be like below 0 when I leave here, and then I land in Mexico, and it's amazing. Hey, Becky, it's good to see you. I know. And I'm like, that's not fair. You can't leave here 65 and go to Mexico, and it's only like 80. No, I have not. I have not tried that. I'm in Colorado. I'm in beautiful Colorado. It is gorgeous today. It is gorgeous today. So super excited about that. Yeah, really. That's funny. I would think that would be just the opposite there, actually. You're in California. It's always beautiful in California. When is it not? Yeah, there's a lot of steam coming off of this. All right, you guys, let's have a look and see if we have soaked up some of the, soaked up some of the liquids. The chickpeas have taken on a beautiful, I can't show you because it's gonna drip, have taken on this beautiful color, perfectly perfect. That's what I wanna see right there. Move my lid out of the way. Let's turn the camera again. Okay, so we've had it at a rolling boil here. It's not gonna thicken a whole lot. You could let it cook longer and it will thicken more and more, but then you start really breaking down your beans, and I like my beans to be whole actually. So that's just me. So that's just how I like to serve it. But yeah, you could cook it longer if you wanted it to be a little bit more, you know, not as liquidy. But I like the liquid because that's going to really add to the sauce. So this is actually one of my favorite bowls to serve. It's not really a bowl, it's like a bowl plate. It's a plate. I like to serve some big stinking scoops of quinoa in here. Some big stinking scoops. So put a pile of quinoa. I know it did shut down, I'm sorry. This is actually royal quinoa, so it has red and white and brown and all colors of quinoa in there, and it looks beautiful underneath the curry. So I like to do that, and then I start scooping out some of my chickpeas, putting those right on top. It's so pretty! Putting those right on top, and then I like to get some sauce and fill my plate underneath the quinoa and on top of the quinoa with some of this amazing, amazing, amazing sauce. So good. Now then, here's something I don't have in my kitchen, and I wasn't going to get it because just for this, hold on, I have to clean up my plate. Just for the sake of making this today, and I can live without it when I eat it today for lunch. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. I know, it's like a pasta plate sort of, it's a bowl. I don't know what it is. It's a bowl plate. I know. Ooh, it's so pretty. So I actually, if I was serving this to someone, I would actually use a little cilantro or flat leaf parsley, whatever. I would actually chop some up and put that on top of this. And then I would also serve it with some sort of like flatbread. So like a pita or some naan bread or something like that. I would actually add that to this just tucked in over on the side, and a little cilantro piled on top of that. Amazing. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, it's so good too. So, so good. So the other thing that I like to do is right on top of this, just give it one more plop. Just give it one more plop of that chili sauce, right? Oh, smells amazing. Smells amazing. One more plop. Imagine the green. We are leaving town, and I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of cilantro that I'm not going to eat before we leave town. So, but I would just sprinkle that on the top of that and that one little plop of chili sauce, and you get a little bit of that as you go along. It is perfect. It is so good. More sauce. There's a lot in there. You can see it. Look, it's coming out the sides there. So, so there you go. So there is your chickpea curry. Totally vegan. There is nothing in there that is not plant-based. There is nothing in there that is not good for you. People have this impression that wholesome, real foods have to be boring. It is furthest from the truth. It is absolutely furthest from the truth. You can get tons of flavors and spices in something like this. So hold on, I'm going to take a bite. I don't have a fork. I do have a fork over here. Let's take a bite. I'm going to get a little bit of that chili sauce right up there in the top, and a little bit of this. Bon appetit, everybody. Oh my gosh. It's so good. It is so good. It's really spicy. It is so good. So good. No, I did not. I have not been on Periscope a lot because I am very busy right now getting ready for my trip. I know. So good. So there you go. There's your curry for the day. Easy peasy. I'm actually going to freeze the rest of it. I'm going to wash out my mason jar and freeze the rest of it because I'm going to be out of town and I want to be able to eat it all. So yes. It's true. It's true. Oh, I saw part of that actually, Sherry, with her and her husband. I know, the recipe is living right here, right now. Hopefully in the next week or two, it'll show up at gotokitchens.com. So those are sprouted, slightly cooked beans. So they were on a very, very low simmer for about an hour and a half. So they are actually cooked. They are not raw, but they are sprouted. Absolutely. Yep. I like to sprout all my beans. Any type of bean that I'm going to be eating, I like to sprout them because it's so much easier on your digestion. It really keeps the bloat away. Don't want any bloat there, especially for my vacation, right? I mean, you can't have bloat. So yes, absolutely. Oh, good. Thank you so much for being here. You know what? Your name isn't Gabby, is it? I think you told me and I totally have, it's like gone again. Gone. What other bean? Every bean that I cook. I sprout my quinoa sometimes. Anything. Yes, that's right. Bloat equals no bikini. Absolutely right. But I sprout all my beans. So my black beans, I cook a lot with black beans. I think, okay, Gabriella or Gabby. Okay, awesome. Can I call you Gabby? Is that okay? Because I love that name. I wanted my parents to name me Gabby so bad. When I got older and I started realizing all these beautiful names, I was like, man, I wish my name was Gabby. I just love that name. It's so friendly and so adorable. So, yes, but hopefully, ooh, that's awesome, Linda. Yeah, you told me that. You prefer Gabby. Okay, awesome. I'll call you that. You told me about that, Linda. That's amazing. So, but in the sprouting week, when I show you how to sprout things, we'll talk about quinoa. We'll talk about nuts. You can sprout nuts. We'll talk about beans. We'll talk about lentils. We'll talk about all kinds of things that you can actually sprout. I'm going to show you one of my favorite recipes, which is a ranchero bean that goes with just about everything. I'm in the UK, so what other sprouts do you mean? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, Sonia. There's all kinds of bean sprouts. So you can sprout just about any bean. Any dry bean can be sprouted, and I can teach you how to do that. So, yep. A lot of information about that floating around right now. Those little tails that come out at the end of the bean, right? So you sprout your beans and you get that beautiful little plant tail. That's actually a plant like growing out of the beans. So you can put that in the ground and grow yourself some beans, right? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, you can absolutely do your sprouted beans with your bean burgers. Absolutely. So, but that little tail that comes out of there actually has a ton of plant enzymes because it is actually the bean fortifying that tail to grow a plant. And as you can imagine, all of those great enzymes that it takes to make that little tail and make a plant, you are consuming. And what's good for the plant is good for you as well. So yes. When did I start sprouting beans? I don't know. It's been a while, I think. Yeah. So yes, I just tried the black beans for the first time a couple of weeks ago and they worked out so beautifully. I was like, oh, yay. Yeah, it's so easy. It's when I show you, you're going to be like, really? That's all you do? Everybody thinks that you need all these fancy sprouting stuff. So yes. I don't do anything with an avocado seed, but it's kind of all the rage right now. You guys are hearing a lot about that. It's like all over the internet to eat the avocado seed. So lentils too. Yes, absolutely. Lentils are perfect. They sprout very quickly. Quinoa sprouts very quickly. We're going to talk about sprouting your own broccoli sprouts because broccoli sprouts have a ton of macro and micronutrients in them that are so good for you, especially when they're raw. So you could take like your like a handful of broccoli sprouts and put them right on top of this, right? So just put them right on top of that and you get that crunchy, fresh broccoli taste. Yes. Yeah, I know it's a big thing. So I know, eating the seed. People are grinding them up and eating them. So yeah, there are a lot of nutrients in seeds. This is why as health professionals, a lot of us are always talking about eating nuts and seeds because there's a ton of nutrients. Because if you think about it, that's the beginning of the life. So that little seed is going to create a life. And because of that, there are tons and tons of nutrients in there that are really, really good for the human body. So, so when you think about, but ingesting them is hard because they have a defense. So a lot of seeds have a hard shell defense around them, right? And so it's hard to eat them and hard for them to digest it, for us to digest them. When you sprout them, you actually open them up and give them the opportunity to be more digestible in the body. So it helps with bloat. It helps with vitamin assimilation. So you actually absorb more vitamins into the body. If you're eating a lot of nuts and seeds and things like that, the best thing I can tell you is that you need to chew them well. They need to be chewed well. They need to be chewed to a point that if you spat them back out, if you spit them out, that you couldn't even tell what they were. That's how important it is. So yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that. I would have to see some pretty firm research with things like that. I do believe foods can heal your body from just about anything. I believe you are what you eat. If you're putting garbage in your body, and it sounds like so kindergarten for me to say that, but if you're putting a bunch of garbage in your body is going to give you garbage back. And I'm not talking about in your poop. I'm talking about in your cellular structure, right down to your cellular structure. So it's super, super important that you're feeding your body with good, nutritious foods. So yes, it is absolutely true. Yes, absolutely. That's a great practice, Sherry. I love that. I love that. Garbage in, garbage out, or garbage just still in. I mean, that's that's really where it gets down to brass tacks there, is that it's garbage still in for most people. So yeah, it's great. I absolutely, yeah, I do my flax seeds like that. So yeah. I know, it's true. It's absolutely true, Gwen. I totally am with you on that. I believe that God gave us one of our greatest gifts and our biggest asset. Sorry, moving the camera, because I'm like leaning over my stove. I think that our biggest gift and our greatest asset is this human body that we are given. It allows us to do everything that we do. If you don't have your human body, you don't have anything. And so taking care of it should be your first priority. It should be your very, very first priority. Everything else beyond that should be secondary. Then it's your family's body, taking care of your family's body. And a lot of you may be going, oh no, my family comes first. Well, let's think about it this way. If you're not there, then your family's not coming first. So you need to come first. You need to come first in your own line. It is amazing. It's a beautiful thing. Jenny, yes. So you need to be taking care of that first, right? It is absolutely paramount. Then you can start thinking about your family's nutrition and how you're feeding them. And then that's where the evolution starts to take place. So my problem is not getting enough sleep. What do you do for that? So sleep can be the cause of many, many things. It can be that you're eating too close to the time that you are trying to sleep, and your body's still working, trying to digest. This is one of the most common things that people do. They have a snack or they eat their dinner super late at night, and your body still has to do the work of digestion. And so when you're trying to sleep, your body's busy digesting food all night or at the first part of the night, and it makes it very difficult to sleep. So that's one of the biggest mistakes. The other mistake that a lot of people are making are having too much technology in their bedroom. You should be removing all technology out of your bedroom. There should not be one stitch except for a light bulb in your bedroom. There should not be a TV. There should not be phones. There should not be iPads. There should be no computers. There should be nothing in there. And the reason is because your eyes absorb the light from that. And when you shut them, your brain does not shut that light source off. And so your brain is still visualizing what is happening. Although your eyes are not seeing it, it's still visualizing. Plus it's a huge, huge, huge distraction in the bedroom. It is a huge distraction in the bedroom and should not be there. And a lot of you are like, but I have to have my phone. I mean, how many of you are guilty of looking at your phone the last thing before you close your eyes? Before you close your eyes at night, how many of you look at your phone? or your whatever, your social media, whatever it is, whatever device, right? You're looking on there to see what's happening, to see what's going on. That is such a distraction for your brain. You should have a cutoff point. Here's my cutoff point. This is when I cut off, and then start going into, you have to have Netflix on to fall asleep. Then start going into what is disrupting, or I'm sorry, then start getting into a routine of what sleep means to you. So, you're trying on it last night, right? So for like you, Sherry, I would totally recommend that you get yourself a piece of paper and a pen if you need to draw before you go to bed. I'm a reader. I read before bed. I have an hour to 2 hours a day in my life where I set aside to read and learn and grow. That is mandatory for me. There are no exceptions there. And so part of that is getting into bed early enough that I have at least a half hour and sometimes an hour to read before I fall asleep. And that puts my brain into a space, kind of think about it as an analog space, right? So it puts it into an analog space and it's preparing it. And that's my ritual for shutting down at night. That's how I shut down, right? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So, and I am lucky that I'm like Moira, I do not suffer from sleep problems. It is just not a problem for me. So do your digital drawing at another part of the day. Don't do it in bed at night. I would highly recommend that you remove all electronics out of your bedroom. Unless you live in a studio and, you know, your TV and everything is in one space. I get that, but I would totally try to remove everything out. Eating too close to bed is also a culprit, and not having a ritual before bed. So not doing the same thing. So your mind starts to, at about 6 o'clock, as it starts to get dark out, your serotonin starts building in your body, and it's beginning its process to shut down and sleep. And sleep is so crucial to our health. It's one of our pillars of health. And if you're not getting enough, if you're eating right and exercising and doing all the things that you're doing, and you're not getting 7 to 10 hours of sleep a night, you're doing yourself a disservice. So your body doesn't have time to heal from the destruction that it's incurred throughout the day, your cellular structure. So I would highly recommend that at about 7, 8, 9 o'clock, whatever your bedtime is that you start taking out electronics, that you stop eating at that point, water's fine, and that you get a ritual. So getting a ritual is so important. So this is the time, maybe it's a hot bath right before bed, hot bath or right into bed, right to sleep, and that's your ritual. Maybe it is you get into bed and you read. That's my ritual. That's what I do, right? Yes, you absolutely can, Tanya. So getting a ritual is so important. Brushing your teeth, putting on your pajamas, getting into bed, saying goodnight to your loved one or not, whatever, and going to sleep. Getting your mind to shut down to sleep. Something like that is so important. It is so important. Sleep, I cannot say it enough. It is very, very important to your health. So yes, there are essential oils. Last case scenario, my husband, when he was suffering so severely with anxiety, it would come in the morning, early in the morning at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. He would wake up with a severe panic attack. It stems from us finding my cancer in the morning, and so a little bit of post-traumatic stress syndrome. And so we learned that essential oils really help heal that process for him. That would keep him asleep. So he uses a combination of vetiver and an oil by a company called Young Living called Valor. We actually like those. doTERRA has one called Balance. It's a blend, and he uses those on the bottom of his feet with coconut oil, and uses that to keep him asleep at night. So yes, absolutely, right on his feet. Yep, we just rub it. And for the first few months that he used it, I actually rubbed it in for him, and I still do it from time to time. I will rub it in as a care. So it's how I feel like that I'm caring for him, is that if I actually do that. So essential oils are amazing. They are amazing. I'm a daily user. In fact, I'm diffusing oils right now. They are a daily user for me. So absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, so we like to care for each other like that. That's just kind of our thing. But we both have rituals. Luckily, we both like to read. So lights, we have little reading lights. So there's not a big overhead light on, little bitty tiny reading lights to have enough for our eyes, and then books close and we go to bed. We go to sleep. So, and we always say goodnight to each other, and we always kiss each other goodnight every single night. Because we don't fight before we go to bed. We will not go to bed if we've been fighting, which I think has happened like 6 times in our entire 15 years of our relationships. I know. So that's so funny, Sherry. Somebody actually emailed me the other day and she's like, do you have like a camp or a workshop or something that I can come to and just come and stay with you so I can learn all this stuff and just live and be with you for a week? And I was like, I don't. And she's like, you should totally do that. Like a wellness B&B. Where people come and live in your house for a week, and I'm like, I don't have time for that. That would cost like I would have to charge like 10 grand for somebody to do that, because it would take up so much of my time. So can you come, please? You guys are funny. I love you to death. I love that you want to do that. It makes me so happy. It really does. I know weekend retreats. It just makes me so happy that is something that you feel like that you want to do. It just warms my heart that I might have an impact like that. Not the 10 grand part, right? I know, but I would have to, because buy you a new house. I know, a new kitchen. I totally need a new kitchen. I'm having kitchen envy right now. I just have a friend that just bought a house and she has this gorgeous kitchen. It is so beautiful. She's a cook too. She loves to cook. And she's like, you have to come see my kitchen. I went to see it and I was like, oh no, I need a new kitchen, my 80s kitchen. I love my 80s kitchen. My 80s kitchen keeps me healthy and happy and allows me to do these broadcasts, but holy cow, I would love to have a new kitchen. Yeah, no, wellness retreats are very, very popular right now. So that's not my bomb diggity, but I know it would be for somebody, so. No new kitchen, just a new house. Yeah, my goal is one day to have a studio kitchen. I would love to have a studio kitchen where it is all that is there is just a kitchen with like big giant refrigerators, and where I can keep all my fresh foods and beautiful pantries, and just like, what's her name? What's the chickie's name? What's the chickie's name on Food Network? Oh crud. The Pioneer Woman. Yeah. Yay. Okay. I will definitely come visit you. Absolutely. Sign me up. I'll be there. Yeah, the Pioneer Woman, her whole kitchen that she cooks in her show is a total studio. It's a complete and total studio. So I just think that that's so interesting. Everybody has the impression that she's in her house, right? But that is a total studio that she cooks in. I'm so jealous of her studio kitchen. Right? Oh gosh, Sonia, that is almost a deal. I love kids. I never get to sing kids to sleep. I would totally do that. Although I can't sing worth a flip, you know that. No singing on Periscope. All right, you guys, I'm going to bail out of here. I'm going to go eat my curry. So here we go. Here's the big announcement. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there is no lunch with Leslie. So I'm going to be on vacation. We take the red eye tomorrow night to Mexico. Thank you so much. And tomorrow night, and I will be out. I will be out for vacation Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So, and I will miss you guys. I will be so happy to see you on Thursday at noon. So thank you so much. I know, I'm so excited. I know. Jamie, you'll just have to go surf the website or something. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And so, yes, so next, and if you guys don't mind passing that along to everybody, we were actually going to try to set up and do silent scopes where I just had a friend come on and actually just put up a piece of paper that says the Go-To Kitchens is closed until Thursday. But we decided that was a little snobby and we decided not to do that. So I don't think anybody's going to be like, no. So we decided not to do that. I know. I'm so excited about being in the super warm, like I want to be outside and be sweating. That is like, yes, awesome. Like I'm dying to get in the water. I cannot wait to just stick my whole body in the ocean. I need to be in the ocean. So Yes. So I will be broadcasting, kitchen is closed, that's right. I will be broadcasting from Mexico, most likely from the hotel lobby because that's where the Wi-Fi is. Thank you so much. But I'll be broadcasting from there, but because we're out of the country, I will not have like my roaming, being able to broadcast on location or anything. So, but I will try to broadcast when I have Wi-Fi just to say hello. And thank you guys so much. Thank you. And I will see you back here. I might broadcast tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm going to be pretty busy tomorrow, so maybe not. But I will definitely be back here on Thursday next week with you guys. So Thursday at noon Mountain Time, we'll be talking about my personal diet. And then on Friday, we will be doing For Real Food Friday. And I do not know what I'm making. I will figure that out while I'm laying on the beach. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will miss you guys too, like crazy. I'm going to miss my friends like crazy. So yes. So please, if you talk to anybody and they're like, we haven't seen Leslie in a while, just let them know what's happening, that I'm on vacation. That would be great. So don't scope tomorrow. I know, right? I know. Our flight's not until midnight tomorrow night though. So thank you so much. I'm super excited. Don't cry. All right, you guys, love you so much. Have an amazing weekend. Have an amazing week next week, and I will see you then. Bye.